All right. Good morning, everybody. I'm Mayor Mark Boughton, and we're so excited because we're able to have this beautiful rest stop open now during the day. I want to thank Governor Lamont because Governor Lamont understands that for us to do business, we got to be open for business. And so while this may be largely people think not a big deal, it is a big deal because it sends a message to people coming into Connecticut that we want you here, we want you to stay here, we want you to open your business here, and you want to be part of our community. So I just want to congratulate Governor Lamont and Commissioner Gelati for understanding and recognizing that need and making a commitment to opening these centers across Connecticut. So without further ado, I also want to recognize some of our state legislators that are here with us this morning. We have State Representative Bob Godfrey. Our state senator is with us, Julie Kushner, State Representative Ken Gucker as well, and we honor and thank them for joining us too. With that, I'm going to throw it over to Commissioner Gelati, who has a few remarks, and I know he's just as pumped up as the rest of us, so thank you very much.
Well, thank you very much, Mayor, and you succeeded in getting me back up here right away, so I appreciate that. And good morning to all of you, and thank you for being here. My name's Joe Giletti. I'm the commissioner, and I represent the hardworking people from the DOT who all want to thank Governor Lamont for his unflagging support of the DOT and our mission. When we were forced to reduce the hours of staffing here almost 3 years ago, no one, including us, liked it, but we had no choice. But now, thanks to the leadership from the governor and the lieutenant governor and the many legislators, we're putting that behind us. And we've always felt that these rest areas are important safety amenities for travelers and especially truckers who need a place to rest and park overnight. And our travelers deserve something more than portable restrooms. And I want you to look around because the gangs all came out here. They dedicated their time to go and making sure that this place looked great for the opening up. I have to thank our maintenance crews, and in particular, I want to thank Mark Lala. I want to thank Director Owen McClure and Chris Griffin and Paul Rizzo, who's in charge of all these people. They were out making sure that we got our signs up, that we got our notification up. So thank you all for being here, and for those travelers who are listening, welcome to Connecticut.
At this time, I'd like to bring Governor Lamont up here, and again, I just want to publicly thank him for having the vision to get these centers open. It's a big deal for us, and we're just so excited. So thank you so much, Governor Lamont.
Well, thanks, Mark, and everybody. Look, this is really a public safety issue. It's also about all the truckers that get use here and rest, and look, nobody's traveled this state more over the last 3 years since these things have been shut down than I have, although Mark's right behind me in terms of those travels. We wish these things were open in a pinch an awful lot of the time. But more importantly, Danbury is the front door to the state of Connecticut. And there were over 1,000 cars that stopped here every day when this was open for real. And I want to make sure that people know when they come to Connecticut, we welcome them. We want them to look at our state. We want to see it for all of its beauty. This is July 1st. This is the beginning of the tourism season. This sends a message loud and clear, as Mark said. We're open for business. We welcome you. We want you to come to Connecticut. Some of you stay in Connecticut. Enjoy the amazing things we have to offer for a long weekend. And some of you stay longer than that. And that's why it's so important that the opening here is symbolic. It's a message that makes a big difference. Welcome to Connecticut. Thanks, everybody.
Now I'd like to welcome and ask our state senator to come forward for a few remarks about opening the Welcome Center. State Senator Kushner.
Thank you, Mayor Boughton. It's particularly exciting for me to be here today because I live right over the hill. And for me, this was someplace that was always very exciting for my kids. My kids would walk through the woods, come up here, and go skateboarding in this area. And having it closed down really sent the wrong message. And so for me, this is a really special day. It's my neighborhood, it's my town, and I love to welcome people to the state, but also to Danbury. They don't know that right down the hill, there's 15 miles of hiking trail. There's a Trader Joe's. There's a Starbucks right here. There's beautiful hotels all around this area. So there are a lot of reasons that when visitors get off the highway, they might want to stay and take advantage of our state and of our city. So for us, this is very exciting, and I want to thank not just the commissioner and the governor, but I know there's some guys here from Danbury, Eli Corey, Paul Miller, who are part of the DOT crews that made this so beautiful this morning. So thank you guys for for being out there and making it look great. I already used the facilities. The good news is they work. They're clean. I met a tourist in there from New Jersey who was already taking advantage of our welcome center. So this is really a good day for Connecticut and a good day for Danbury.
I'm now going to ask the Dean of the Danbury delegation, State Representative Bob Godfrey. Bob?
Good morning. What a beautiful day to be out of doors, and that's what we like in Connecticut. Connecticut's tourism is especially focused on all the outdoor activities that we have here in our state, our parks, the recreational, our beaches. It's just a wonderful place to be. But when you come into Connecticut, as the governor said, this is the front door, you really need a place to stop, and it's time. I recall back in the late 1960s when this place was first opened, Governor Meskill presided over the ribbon cutting, although he made the big mistake of not inviting local or state elected officials. They showed up anyway under the leadership of then Speaker Bill Ratchford and Republican House Leader Fran Collins from nearby Brookfield. So this is kind of closure. We've got the opportunity to welcome people to Connecticut, whether you're a tourist, whether you're a business person who's coming in looking at the very strong labor force that Connecticut offers. And I hope that this is truly going to be our gateway. Thank you all for coming. I really appreciate it.
I'd like to invite State Representative Ken Gucker from Danbury and New Fairfield. Ken?
Good morning, all. Actually, welcome to my district. You are in the 138th. So, how important are these rest areas? As somebody who used to travel up and down the Eastern Corridor here and having to stop at every rest area as far as when you get into a new state, that rest area or that welcome center is what welcomes you into that state. It's the place that travelers will stop to go through and see what amenities are around. We'll stop and see what hotel discounts they can get. They can see what attractions are going on in that state to know that maybe on their way through there are some things that they didn't know about. And having this rest area closed for so long, Connecticut missed out on that vital necessity. Not underscoring the fact that people need a place to actually stop and unwind after hours of driving on the highway, and you kind of just start to glare into the abyss of the road. It's a safety issue. Many times, myself even traveling up and down the East Coast, I've had to pull into a rest area just to get 15, 20 minutes just to unwind and maybe take a little nap, maybe get some fresh air. So it's very important that this building be open. It is great that it is finally open again, and I want to thank Mayor Mark and Ned Lamont for making this happen. This is our front door. This is what lets people know what we're about here in Connecticut. And what does it say when the door is closed? It says Connecticut's closed. Well, now Connecticut's open. This rest area is open, and I'm so happy to see it back again. And thank you for coming out today.
And last but not least, State Representative Raheb Ali Brennan.
Thank you. And I mean, it's quite frankly been embarrassing that the Welcome Center has been closed for so long. But I do think under the current administration, the Lamont administration, it's a new day in Connecticut. I think we focus a lot on the negatives when we're talking about things in Hartford and debating the issues. But, you know, there's a lot of good here in Connecticut, and this is going to symbol a new day. And, you know, proud to have worked on this with everybody, and Julie Kushner and the representatives and Mayor Mark Bowen. So thank you for being here, and happy to be here. Take care.
All right, Eli, are we ready to pull the sign down? What do you think? All right, okay, so next we're going to ask the governor and Joe to...
No, I think you do it with the governor.
Okay,
Let's do it
all right,
together. Here
good
we
enough.
go.
You got it. We got gloves. Is this not great?
Just the top two, Governor.
We're going to let the cameras give a position first, and then we're going to pull it down.
Is this like an OSHA requirement?
What's that?
Yeah.
I have tools in my car.
Hopefully they backed them out enough.
Of course.
Taylor, why don't you get up here?
Yeah, it'll come down. Go ahead. You take it.
Good luck. You got unscrew these things?
Yeah, they're unscrewed. They're already unscrewed.
Tools?
Yeah, okay. All right. Hold on to the sign when you go to yank.
Hold the bottom, though.
All right.
No, you need those gloves. Your hands are dainty. One, two, three. Get rid of this thing, Bowden. We don't need it anymore. All right. That worked, guys.